Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, what we're going to talk about is what me and my wife have learned, or what we learned,
or realized or discovered.
Within this last year of dealing with the whole cancer and the cancer treatments and all that stuff. Whether it's personal or whatever, you know what I mean. What we have learned in this whole year that has gone by, because it's January. We're at the end of January now.
At the end of January.
So it's been a whole year, a little over a year now that I started treatment. I'm at tomorrow, because today's Sunday. Today is Sunday, the 28th, January 28th. So tomorrow, the 29th. Is it 29th?
It's leap year. Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow is going to be my 25th session of chemotherapy. It's kind of been kicking my ass lately. Not making me sick, but making me really tired. Yesterday I could not keep myself awake. I was just burnt out, and I was getting frustrated being so burnt out and tired. But today I woke up, things were different. Today I woke up and I had a lot of energy. I've been awake all day. I haven't been napping or nothing all day today. Last night I was kind of frustrated, just tired, I guess. The way I felt yesterday was, it needs to end or it needs to end. That's the way I was feeling last night, because I just was so fucking tired and frustrated that I wanted to either end or I wanted to end, one or the other.
You actually told me that.
Yeah,
remember?
I told her that last night. I said I'm tired, and I wanted to end or I wanted to end. Either I beat this shit or just let me go, because it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you feel so weak and you can't do shit, And so that's the way I was feeling yesterday. Then I woke up today and it was a total different thing. But tomorrow I got to go back again at 9 in the morning and do chemo again. And I'll be on that chemo, and then the following week I'll be off chemo for a whole week. So I won't go back. Once I go tomorrow, I won't be on chemo for like 2 weeks. So it gives me time to recover. It just takes time to get this shit out of your system. But so anyways, this video is about what me and my wife have learned, again, with the cancer, and personally, immensely, whatever, with the whole dealing with this cancer for a whole year.
I think for me, now that I've been in this with you for the year, is I think I've questioned. You start questioning yourself a lot about what's important, like what I thought was important before, or these goals that you have in your life that haven't manifested, because life right now is on hold for us. Our focus is on him getting healthy, or getting into remission at this point. And there's times when when I'm at work, I work, so there's times even like at work I have guilt. I don't think I've ever told you that. I have guilt, that I'm able to get up and go to work, and but then I'm sitting there and then I think, how is he doing? Is he feeling okay? He's had a couple days where he wasn't feeling that good, and and I text him and if you need me to come home, you let me know. But I question a lot. You start thinking about your own mortality, or I question, am I being the best wife that he needs me to be, and there's a lot of other things that I've learned as we go in this journey together. For people who know us, we got together 2019. We got together in 2019, and we got married in 2020. Like a year and a half after we got married, and we never got to do a lot of my family didn't go to the wedding. It was just really my oldest son and some of his friends and my best friend that went. Everyone else were people that I met through him, his friends. So, we were thinking about, buying a house and going on our honeymoon. After COVID's over, we're going to go on our honeymoon. We had said that. Then COVID goes away, and then you get hit with, I don't think anyone's ever really prepared to hear the word cancer. No one ever is. It only happens to other people, but not to you.
Well, I was.
What?
I already knew. I already knew I was going to get it.
I remember him telling me when I think, you talk and one of those conversations, I remember you telling me, I have a feeling I'm going to get cancer. And I was like, why would you say that, Why would you even speak that? But you always had a feeling.
What's in my family,
so.
And my dad didn't get it, my mom didn't get it, but my grandparents, they, some of them had it, my grandfather had it, my great-grandfather actually had the same cancer I had. So.
But you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. But then my uncle, he had cancer. He died about 7-8 years ago from it, so it's in the family, but I knew eventually one of us was going to get it. It's just a matter of time and who was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you ever think in some weird way that it was given to you because you could handle it? Maybe it wasn't given to somebody else? If we start deep thinking into this.
Well, if I look at the people that I know in my family that have had it, they're pretty strong people. They weren't weak. My great-grandfather, he was a strong-ass man, but he got it in his 90s.
Mm-hmm.
My Uncle Johnny got cancer. He was already in his, I think close to the 70s or some shit, but he wasn't weak either. He was a tough motherfucker, So, I don't know. I mean,
what have you discovered this past year?
who my real friends are.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. You see who your fucking friends are. Not only that, but you see who your family is. Who your friends are and who your family is. People could pretend to be your friends all day long, but when this shit happens, when something like this happens, you're gonna see who the fuck's gonna stick around. You look at the beginning when this shit first started happening. It was just, and my thing is, I understand that
life goes on.
Life goes on for people. I understand that. I don't blame people, but I still got a lot of the same people, that hit me up constantly. That are constantly hitting me up. Lou Dog is one of them. Lou Dog hits me up almost every single fucking day. Almost every day the guy hits me up. You know what I mean? Then out of nowhere, somebody will hit me up. Tap you up from work and hit me up. I see who my fucking real friends are. And again, same thing with the family. You know what I mean? I have certain family that has never came to see me. They haven't stopped by here. You know what I mean? No calls, no nothing. Haven't heard from them. They know what I'm going through, but it's just out of sight, out of mind. But it is what it is because, I know of my family members that have been through sicknesses and I haven't called them either. Before this shit with me.
Right.
So I didn't call them either. You know what I mean? But
so is that why do you feel like you're sympathetic to the people who don't? Because you've done it. You've been that person.
Yeah.
Is that why you're
care.
Not mad? No, there's no grudges or no anger.
I'm not mad at no one. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. To be honest with you, I don't care. You know what I mean?
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you can't focus on what.
Like basically the thing I was saying the other day with the video I did by myself, it was, for people that are dealing with the cancer, but then they're also dealing with the mental part of it too. The mental part with, okay, just say for instance Tony. Tony is dealing with the mental part of it also. Tony is, we know, he said here in videos before, he says, I'm by myself.
He struggles
I
with
have
it, yeah.
nobody but me. I'm alone, and I have to deal with this shit alone. And I have to pretend that I'm okay when I'm not okay. Okay, so he has that mental that mental part to deal with. He's not just dealing with cancer, not trying not to get cancer again, but he also has to deal with the fucking mental part that he's dealing with because he's alone, dealing with all this shit, going to doctor's appointments and doing all the things he's doing. And then me, on the other hand, I don't deal with that mental part. I don't deal with the mental part like, oh, this person's not here, or these people are not here, or this friend's not here. I don't deal with that part. I don't give a fuck if you're here or if you're not here. My only focus is my house. You in my house is the main focus. And then my friends. And then my family my friends and family that are here, even like my brother, he's not here all the time, but he's as far away. But I message him all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always, whether it's on Instagram or text messages, I'm almost every single day I'm talking to my brother, almost every fucking day. So, you know, I'm only concerned with the motherfucking people that are here, or that are putting the effort to just hit me up. You know what I mean? I don't hear from my mother every day, but I hear from my mom like once a week, where she's like, I'm just checking and see how you're doing. I don't expect motherfuckers to baby me. I don't expect that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want that shit. I would really be annoyed if people were hitting me up every fucking day like that. Like, I had 50 messages. I would tell my age, man, just hit me up once a month or some shit. Don't hit me up every day because it's fucking annoying now. You know what I mean? Like, because that's where it comes to the point where I say, don't treat me like I'm dead. I'm not dead. You know what I mean? Just treat me normal. Treat me like a normal fucking person. Mm-hmm. Shit, come by, call me up. Hey, what you gonna do? You know, like, okay, Chuco hit me up today. He didn't hit me up all the time, but he hits me up. Like, hey, he told me I told my wife I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't talked to him like about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So he hits me up. Roger. I hear from Roger maybe once a month. You know what I mean? I don't need Roger to hit me up every fucking day. And you know, Roger hits me up once a month. Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? I just want to call and check.
Everybody has their patterns.
Yeah, I know what's going on. You know what I mean? I hear from them. You know what I mean? When I hear from them, you know what I mean? Then there's people that I just don't hear from anymore. You know, I used to hear from them before, but I don't hear from them anymore. But I understand that life goes on. It would be the same thing for me. I would not sit there and bug somebody every single fucking day or every week, you know, if they were going through something. You know what I mean? You gotta look at, I'm not gonna say who it is, but you know who the guy whose mom just passed away. I still haven't hit him up yet because I know what he's going through. You know, she dies from cancer. I know what he's going through, and I don't want to fucking bother him. I know he's going through some shit right now that his mom was seeing. He's a big supporter of his mother as his mother.
I know.
So I have not bothered him. I know what's going on, but I'm not gonna bother him. If he wants to, when he's ready to fucking come talk, then he can come on his own, but I'm not gonna bother him. You know what I mean? So I don't want people really bothering me. It was cool at first, you know what I mean? But I mean, it was good at first, but you know, people started to fall off, and then all of a sudden, but the thing is, I don't hear from certain people at all. They just fell off the face of the earth. You know what I mean? And so, but again, I'm not fighting that mental fucking battle that other people have to fight. I'm not fighting that shit. Mm-hmm. I fight shit within myself. You know what I mean? But then something will happen, like yesterday. I'm feeling like fucked up. I couldn't sleep. I'm tossing and turning. I'm like sitting there like, fuck, man, I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to fucking do this shit. And like I said, it either needs to end or it needs to end, one or the other, because I'm fucking tired of it. And then boom, I wake up feeling like, okay, I don't feel sick now. I'm not sick, but I don't feel tired anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then it goes again, like, okay, let's keep on going. Like I told Chuku today on the phone, I said I felt like shit for the last few days. Then all of a sudden I'm up again, I'm ready to fucking go, and then here I go tomorrow. I gotta go again and do treatment again. And I know it's gonna bring me down. But then I got another week after that where I'm not on it. So I'll feel great during that whole time. You know what I mean? I just gotta get through this next week and then, you know, see what happens from there and see what's gonna happen as far as the PET scan. If they're gonna do a PET scan next month, well, they're telling me they are, but you know, but I got to worry about work. My focus is work. Getting my ass back out there and going to work. Maybe that's the reason I'm so tired, because I'm not active. I'm not moving around. I need to get back out there and go to work. You know, so we'll see what happens with that. But you know, my thing was I've learned who my friends are, who my family really is. You know what I mean? And I've learned to be able to let those people go. That to me is the main thing for me. Is like, I've always been that way, man. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'll let you go. My family, I don't give a fuck if it's my mother, my father, not my brother, but my sisters, not one of my brothers, my other brother, my sisters, my kids. I don't give a fuck. I will let you go. That's it. You know, I don't care. You know me? You have to be able to let shit go. I can't sit there and dwell on that kind of shit. And friends too.
Is it because you have to focus on your recovery?
No. I don't give a fuck if I have cancer or not. I'm not here to chase nobody. I'm not here to babysit nobody. I'm not here to baby grown ass adults. I can just let it go.
I think
because I can live. I've lived my whole life without you. Other people don't make me breathe.
So the question is, what has this past year, so obviously being diagnosed with cancer, taught you? Or what did you learn from it?
If I can get through anything, if I can get through this shit, and it's not a guarantee that I'm even gonna get through it. You know what I mean? I'm surviving this shit right now.
But you're doing a good job of it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's optimistic and there's pessimistic. You're optimistic. I'm not. Not when it comes to that. You have to be optimistic. Me, I know my body. You see, I mean, I've already talked to you about. I know what the outcome is going to be. You're being optimistic, but you have to be.
But that's what you need me to be.
Yeah, but I already know that I'm not optimistic when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? Like I said in my last video, you got to be very, very fucking lucky to beat this shit. The kind of cancer I have, and at the stages I'm at, you have to be very, very lucky. And I can see it in myself already. The shit that's going on with the chemo, how my fucking hair is falling out. I could look at myself in the mirror. My eyes starting to look like they're sinking in on me. You know what I mean? Last time I went to the doctor, I lost fucking 3 or 4 pounds. I can't remember what it was, but I lost 3 or 4 fucking pounds. You know what I mean? And hopefully I don't continue to lose the weight and shit. You know what I mean? But we'll see next time I go to the doctor. You know, but if I continue to go backwards and lose weight, well, then you know there's something going on. And it takes time for them people to do the scans, get those approvals and all that bullshit, which I might not be doing my scan until March. And so they don't know what's going on until I do the scan. Then they say, oh, okay, well, it's just not working. Let's do something else. Well, you should have did it a long time ago. But I got to wait on these fucking approvals and all that bullshit. And so, you know, I'm, you know, when it comes to this shit, you are optimistic, and I'm more, I'm kind of in the middle. You know, I'm kind of in the middle of being optimistic and pessimistic. I just don't see the outcome that you see. I mean, that's just where I look at it. I don't see the outcome that you see.
I don't think I'm at the point. No. You have it wrong right there. So I'm done focusing on, I know you're going to get healthy. That's one thing that I've learned in this journey, is this past year has taught me. In the beginning, it was like, no, we can't focus on the negative. We have to focus only on the positive. Do you know what I mean? But without me saying it out loud, I think you have taught me, and watching your lead and taking your lead is focus on the now. Because the now is what's true.
I keep telling you that we can't fucking make plans for tomorrow.
The now,
it's like live for today, dream tomorrow.
Yeah, live for today. So I've learned to live for today. I've learned to wake up. In the mornings when I wake up, I see you next to me, and you're awake and you're breathing and you're here. So I take every day as a new day. I don't no longer focus on what I have no control over. I don't like change. I'm a person that'll be in places for a very long time because I don't like change. But this is something that I have and you have no control over. And one thing that I have learned is just to take your lead on it And I picked up on that, and I said, I just need to focus on today. Today is Sunday, and it's a warm day, and you're not tired. Although we can't jump on, the bike or go on a ride or go in the car and drive somewhere far and do the things that we used to do. I appreciate all the little things. Like, I'll sit here in the barrage and look around and kind of like, God, you did all of this. This is crazy. Don't you ever just sit here?
I wasn't here doing it the other day. I wasn't here the other day. I was just standing here and I was looking around here. I was like, I did this all within a year. I've been dealing with this bullshit. I'm looking around like I did most of this shit within a year. And I'm still looking around like, okay, what else can I do?
What else can I do?
What can I do in here? Make it look better. I want to make that shit right there disappear. I don't want to see that no more. What can I put there to just make that disappear? I want to make that disappear. So I'm already on plans of making that garage door disappear. I want to see it. I want to put something and cover it so I don't see it. I was looking around like, okay, where can I hang something else? But I was looking at it the other day. I was like, man, I did all this shit in a year.
I know.
With less than a year, because I haven't really done nothing with the last couple of months.
Well, a lot of people came up with donations, and they pulled up here and.
I even forgot I got my fucking hammock.
Oh,
I got my hammock. I haven't even hung it in here yet and laid down and watch TV in here.
Maybe we can put it outside.
No, I want to put it in here. That's why I made it for this. I put it there for a reason. I'm going to hang that fucking hammock in here and lay in here and watch TV. I got a TV here. I got a PlayStation and put it in here and play PlayStation. But if I go back to work, then now that shit goes down the drain because I ain't gonna have time to do this. Well, I will have time. He's over fixing the key. But
yeah, I've learned to appreciate the now, today, this moment. And tomorrow we'll go to sleep, and tomorrow we'll wake up, and I go to work, and I appreciate you coming to my work.
I won't be there tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. On chemo days he doesn't come. But I take it day by day, and it's okay with not making plans. It's okay that, so we'll be, him and I will both be on social media and, like Moon Eyes was yesterday, just little things like that we've talked about going or doing. And my cousin told me, he would have been miserable out here. It's good you guys didn't even come. It was too hot. She said that he would have been miserable. It's better you guys stayed at home. But little stuff, little things. I appreciate the now. Sometimes I'll even sit in our living room. So there's weekends we don't leave the house. So if you don't see us out and about, we're at home. And it's all dictated by how he wakes up that day and feels. He'll know.
Yeah, because I told her Friday. I said Friday, like, okay, tomorrow we might go for a drive and shit. I said, but just depends on how I feel. I don't want to be bothered about it. I don't want to like, are we gonna go for a drive? Like, no, it depends on how I feel. I'll let you know if I feel like I can drive a distance. But yes, I just couldn't fucking keep myself awake. I tried to drink a Monster. That shit don't help. I drink my coffee in the morning. That shit don't help. The whole day, I was just so tired and frustrated, and I wanted to sleep, but I just refused to go to sleep and waste my whole day sleeping. I just refuse to do that shit. So I'll fight to sleep, but I'll finally eventually knock out on the couch for a little while, wake back up, but then I'm really tired again, and then I just sort of, let's get up and let's go. So we went to Rialto to go get something to eat, to a pizza spot out there, and so I can get out of the house and drive. Once I was in the car and I was going, then I was okay, but I get home, I fall asleep. I got home, laid down in bed, and I fell asleep, and there I am, 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up, and I'm up until fucking 5 in the morning. My sleep patterns are all fucked up, but then I woke up, and I'm like, I don't feel nothing. I don't feel tired. I feel like I got enough sleep, because I slept like 6 hours, woke up for like 4, went back to sleep for another 4, so I got the sleep that I needed, and today I haven't felt like that all day. I haven't felt tired all day like I wanted to go to sleep. I feel pretty normal today. But like I said, it's the end of the week, and I got to go to chemo tomorrow, and then here I go. I'll be dealing with it again next week, and so we'll see how that shit goes. But I don't know. It's been a year. It's been I can't say it's rough. I've been through so much worse.
It's rough in its own way.
Yeah,
it's something if you've never been through it, you don't know how to describe it. It's emotional, it's physical, I get asked if I've even gone to like therapy, that I should join therapy groups to like let it out in some way. I haven't cried. I won't allow myself to cry. There'll be a time and a day for that, but it's not now. I don't ask or don't question God, the universe, life, why us, why are we going through, I don't ever do that. To me, that's stupid. All of us don't know which direction our lives are gonna take. So when that card is being dealt to you, you have to, how am I gonna play this card, right? So the card is being dealt to you, and you have to figure out, okay, this card was dealt to me. What am I gonna do with this? How am I gonna play this card? So I think you and I chose to do it this way. Not that, and everyone's different. You're gonna choose your card the way you want to play it your way, But I think the biggest takeaway I get from this is living in the moment, and whatever that moment is dictated on how you get up that day. I'll go to work Monday through Friday. Our weekends are dictated on how he feels, and I'm okay with that because I'm grateful for having that weekend with you. It could be a weekend without you, and I'm not prepared for that. And I don't want to think about it because why? It's not happening.
Well, I mean, me, sometimes like yesterday I was like fucking frustrated. I was getting really frustrated. Like I'm like I can't fucking sleep. I'm tossing and turning. My fucking legs started bothering me again. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, and then so I'm thinking like again. I'm saying like to myself like, man, this shit's gotta end. It's gotta end one way. It's gotta end. The cancer's gotta end, or my life's gotta end. That's it. Cause I'm fucking sick of this shit. So I'm getting frustrated, and at night I'm by myself again, like, cause she's there, but I'm just by myself thinking about things. My mind's fucking going. I'm sitting there with my phone. I'm looking through YouTube. I'm just watching videos, trying to keep my mind occupied and shit like that. But my mind will always go back to survival. My mind always goes back to survival before cancer and shit like that. What if this happens? What if this happens? What are you gonna do? How are we gonna do this? And so that's when my mind started thinking. So I started, like last night, I'm sitting there thinking like, I'm getting frustrated and shit. Like, okay, man, I can't fucking sleep. My fucking legs are hurting. I want to go to sleep, but my body's not letting me. And so I'm just like trying to think like, what can I do to go to sleep? And then all this shit's going on. So I start thinking, okay. Then my mind starts going, okay, what happens if she can't take it no more? You know what I mean? Not me. But if she can't deal with it no more, she can't deal with the going out on rides and doing this and doing that, and we're always at home and shit like that, and you get up Saturday morning when it's your day off, and you're still not doing anything. You're at home. What if she can't deal with it? I'm getting used to the shit, but what if she can't deal with it no more? She decides like, hey, you know what? I can't deal with it no more. And then she ended up taking off. What happens then? What are you gonna do then? So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what am I gonna do then? So my mind last night is going off like, okay, it's fucking firing. Okay, what are you gonna do? You better fucking prepare yourself. What are you gonna do? Okay, so it's like, okay, I need to get back to work. If anything, I think to myself like, okay, well, I got my dad. My dad has a big house. He's by himself. I can go live with my dad. Oh, then I'm thinking to myself like, then you gotta travel down the hill all the way to City Industry to go to work and this and that. How are you gonna fucking do that? And I'm thinking to myself like, okay, if I go back to work, I need to work even harder. You know what I mean? Working as many hours as I can to make sure that I can take care of myself if she decides that she can't take it no more. And then my mind starts going like, okay, now what happens if she does stick around? You know what I mean? And you end up, you can't work no more, and you need to be taken care of now. Who's gonna fucking take care of you? Yeah, she's gonna take care of you, but who else is? She has to go to work. She can't be here all day long, so who's gonna take care of you? You know what I mean? So there goes my mind. Like, started to go like, okay, well, I don't have nobody down here. I can't fucking. My dad's gonna go back to work pretty soon. My dad can't be over taking care of me, and I wouldn't want him over taking care of me. You know, so what am I gonna do? So I was like, okay, well now my wife can't be here, so there's my wife's mom. Okay, so she's gonna have to come over and take me. And so these things start going through my mind. Like, okay, one day you might end up in hospice, and somebody's gonna have to take care of you. Who's gonna take care of you? So there, that shit. My mind's wandering. My mind's going. I'm like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen? But like I said, my mind will always go to back to when I was younger and trying to survive. Okay, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do this? You know, because like I said in my other videos before, when I was living on the streets and I was homeless, I would get up in the morning at somebody's house and I'd wake up at like 6 in the morning, wash it real quick, and pack my shit, and I'm out of their house. I don't want to be a burden to them. I don't want them to see me when I get up. I'm out of here. I didn't overstay my welcome. I'm gone. And then as soon as I get up, my mind's running. Okay, what am I gonna do today? How am I gonna survive today? Where am I gonna sleep tonight? Where am I gonna get a meal tonight? Where am I gonna shower tonight? And so, starting in the morning, I'm working on it, until, and everything would fall into place the way I needed to fall into place. That's how I survived all these years. So I'm thinking about that last night. What happens if she can't take it no more? You know what I mean? Like, she's like, you know, this is too much. My life is now, you're dealing with you and dealing with your shit. I go to work, come home, I gotta deal with you. On the weekends, I have no life. My life is here dealing with you. That's what she signed up for as far as marriage goes. But there's people out there that just can't take it. There's women out there and men out there that just cannot take it.
That makes me really sad, actually.
But there's people out there that would do that. They can't take it. I can't do it. I'm not in your position, so I can't sit here and say what the fuck I would do. I'm not in your position. But there's people out there that say they will leave you at the worst moment in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? So, and I've always been that person where I trust people as far as I can throw them. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, in my mind, it's like, okay, what's going to happen if she can't do it no more? And that's where I go back to my old ways of my mind, like, okay, what are you going to do?
And I've already learned, we've been together 5 years, going on 5 years, and I've already learned that I can't talk him out of that thinking. That this is thinking that he's had since he was a little kid. So it's like a security blanket. It's who he is, and there's no me talking him out of it. It's more of, I just have to show him that I am here for the long run. Is it hard? Of course it's hard. Watching the person that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life, you know, we're supposed to grow old together, and I pictured us, you know, 80, 90 years old. And right now, we're just living in the moment because that's all we have right now. I could never abandon you during this time. And even just you having those thoughts, it makes me sad that you think those. But I'm not surprised.
No, but
put it that way. I'm not surprised.
My thing is how I've been for years since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. You always worst case scenario.
I was always trying to survive. That my thing has always been, I learned to understand that, or my mind has always been, who will love you more than you can love yourself? No one. She cannot love me more than I love myself. Ever.
I know somebody.
Nobody can ever love you more than, I don't want to hear all that God shit.
I know somebody.
Who?
Our dogs.
Oh yeah, my dogs love me like, oh yeah. Oh, that's true, man. That's something totally different. Like
the dogs.
Yeah, that motherfucking dog right there.
So.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like
You learned that. That is something you learned this year.
Yeah.
That is, I can honestly say, the dogs.
Yeah. I never had a fucking like, yeah. That's
You're gonna tear.
Yeah. I just can't. You're right. The dogs like they don't give a fuck.
Unconditional love. It's super weird. And I've had a few people reach out to me when I post you with the dogs and stuff, or captions of like when you're really tired and you're sick and the dogs are right there. I've actually had people reach out to me and say, when my husband was really sick, when my mom was sick, we had these little dogs, and it's like they knew. And I 100% agree with that. If you were a really cruel person in your past, and I feel like this past year, from the outside looking in, because even though I'm here, I'm still on the outside looking in. I don't know what it is to live with cancer. I don't have cancer. And there's days that I feel, is it frustrating? Yeah, it can be frustrating. We're human. I have those emotions sometimes. It's frustrating because here I'm with this man that is bigger than life. He's so big laugh, big man, big, they call you Big Mike for a reason, and it's to see him so drained of life is frustrating. I even told you the other day, I miss you. Mm-hmm. There's days when we're in bed and I see him struggling. He doesn't have to say anything to me, and I'll hold his hand and I'll reach out to him and I tell him I miss you, and he's like, what do you mean? I said, I miss you. He's like, I'm right here. No, I miss you. I miss your.
And that is the reason why last night when I was saying that, I was thinking about, okay, what if she leaves? That's the reason why that went through my mind, because she had said that. It said, okay, she misses the things that they were before I had cancer, and now it's not like that no more. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, how long is she gonna last? How long can she make it? You know what I mean? If this shit drags on, this is only 1 year. Like my buddy, his mom was dealing with for like 10 years. My friend Cherry's been dealing with like 10 years. Can you go 10 fucking years of dealing with this shit? How long is gonna be a boring life for you? But my life
hasn't been boring though. I think I said it because I feel like this past week he's been struggling.
Yeah, I have this week.
Yeah, this week he was struggling, and that's what when I said it,
and
that's what I meant.
When I say it's tough, it's not. I'm not sick.
No,
I'm not sick.
It's
I am tired.
Physical, yeah.
I am tired, like the worst tired feeling you can feel. Even Chuko today, when I talked to him, he's like, just go to sleep.
I told him that too.
And I told her, I said, my wife said the same thing. And I said, I just can't see myself sleeping the day away, because there goes a day of my life that I fucking missed, falling asleep, staying in bed. If I only have fucking 5 years left, why the hell do I want to sleep? I don't want to sleep. I want to stay awake. But he said the same thing with her. Like, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. And I was like, no, I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. I want to fucking stay awake as long as I can, because, like they say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I don't want to go to sleep. You know what I mean? But my wife told me not too long ago, just listen to your body. Go to sleep. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm going to stay awake. And there I am, fighting my sleep. And then I get frustrated. And I get upset in my own mind, and then all of a sudden, my mind has always been like that. It's constantly running, and it's constantly thinking about this, and that, and all of a sudden, boom, it's like, okay. Then I thought about what she said, like, I miss you. She told me the other day, I miss you. I'm like, I'm right. What the fuck you talking about? I'm right here. You know what I mean? And I started thinking, like, okay, what if she can't make it? I have no other choice to keep going, whether she's here or not. She can leave right now, be out the fucking door. I still got to keep on going, but I still have, I still have my job, I still have my father, you know what I mean? If I had to go back to Northern California and stay with my family, I got that shit, I still got options, but I don't want to do all that kind of stuff. But these are things that are going through my mind in the middle of the night, like, okay, what are you going to do if she can't make it no more? How are you going to get through this shit by yourself?
And I know he thinks like that, so... But I always want to be honest and real, and just like how these videos are for you guys, is when they're done by himself or when they're done together, we've always been a very honest and real couple. What you see is we really are this way. and I don't want to hide anything from him. So when I said I miss you, it's because this past week was a tough week. I saw it. Even without him saying it, I totally could see it. And I told him, I miss you. But it wasn't in the fact that I'm going to give up. But I know how his brain already works. So to me, I have to work even harder to show him my love, to show him I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. It's really difficult to see somebody that I was so grateful, and I'm still so grateful that life brought us together. And I always knew this love existed, that it was real and that it can be real and that two people can connect like this. And life gave us this card. And I look at it as, okay, we're going to go through this together, because maybe we're supposed to show the world that it's not always roses and rainbows and, parties and all of this. It can also be this. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this hand. It's gonna, all I have to do is on your weekdays, I'm here to show you how much love you have in these four walls. How much love. I want you to see that love that you always, I don't know, did you want, that's a good question. I always knew this love existed. I was always looking for it. I looked for it in the wrong people. I was taken advantage of, but I always knew there was this love that existed. When you were younger, what kind of a relationship, or did you even think that far?
I don't know, fucked up. I don't know. It's like it kind of sounds like cliche to say that that I went to the streets and to find love and all that bullshit. Because they say you weren't getting it at home or whatever, and you went to the streets to find. But yeah, I did.
But kind
Just
of,
like
huh?
no, I did. It was like, I think some people say it and it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking bullshit. And they had a good life, they had a good family, they had everything they needed, but they use that as an excuse. I didn't use it as an excuse. I went to the streets looking for that shit. You know what I mean? I didn't have what I needed at home, so I went to the streets and I found it there. But it wasn't the shit that I was really looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then when in life, because I didn't just love you in my life, I have other relationships that I love people, but my thing was I didn't know how to take care of it. If you grew up like in the kind of life that I grew up in, you don't know how to take care of somebody loving you and shit. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to take care of love, so if I got it, I'd get rid of it. I got it, I get rid of it. I take advantage of it. I took advantage of it. Took advantage of people's fucking generosity and the way they treated me. I took advantage of it. But I had to fix that shit. I had to fix that shit within myself.
But that comes with time. That comes with maturity.
It also comes with starting all over and losing all your shit.
But that's time and maturity.
It was all me. It was all me. You know what I mean? Like I've said it before in other videos. It was all me. I was a fucked up person. You know what I mean? And I wasn't giving nobody a chance. Again, I go back to the same thing I was saying earlier, as far as trusting people. I trust you as far as I can throw you. I love you. You're my wife, but I trust you so far. I trust you so far because you have your own mind. You know what I mean? If one day you decide to fucking go, you go. And that's it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can only trust you so far. The rest of it is up to you. If you stay, you stay. If you don't, you don't. But I have to always keep my own mind, myself prepared. I have to keep myself prepared. Like, okay, what if this happens? What are you going to do? And that's what I was going through last night because I was frustrated because I just said, fuck it, I want this shit to be over with.
Mm-hmm.
Either the cancer dies or I die, one or the other, because I'm fucking tired of it.
And then this morning you wake up with
this morning, oh shit, here we go. You know what I mean? And again, this morning I wake up, when you were downstairs, I wake up, I'm laying there on my side, and I open my eyes, and there she is, right there.
The dog.
She's laying right there, and I'm like looking at her, she's looking at me, I'm like, the fuck you doing up here? Like, yeah, but she, usually if you're downstairs, she'll go down there. She'll be down there with you guys. But today she was right there laying next to me. She's looking at me and I'm like, all right, I'll get up. You know, like, let me go take a shower. And so, I don't know, maybe because she knows because you're here. I think she knows when you're here in the mornings that I'm going to go to Starbucks and she'll go. So she's waiting for me to get up so I can get dressed and take her to Starbucks. I don't know. That's what I think because she does shit every Saturday and Sunday. Every Saturday and Sunday she stays right there and she'll follow me around. So it's like, okay, I wake up, I'm looking at her, like, I'm out my eyes, she's staring at me, I'm like, okay, I'll get up right now, but I know where you want to go, you know what I mean, so she stays there, you know what I mean, but I wake up feeling like, oh shit, like, I wake up like, I don't feel like shit, I don't feel sick, I don't feel nothing, I feel like normal, I feel like I'm ready to get up and go, and then I start thinking like, okay, it's Sunday, tomorrow I gotta go back again, so the end of the week's here, this shit's out of my system. So here I go again, Monday, tomorrow, do it all again, and I'll deal with it a whole another week of being fucking tired, not feeling sick, but just feeling drained and worn out.
It takes
but then,
that energy away.
Yeah, but then the following week after that, I'm not on it no more for a whole week. So I have a whole week not being on it. So next week is gonna be better than this week. You know what I mean? This week I'm gonna deal with the bullshit. Next week I'm not gonna deal with nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I look forward to next week when I don't feel nothing. I'm like normal, like 95% normal again. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But my mind starts to go, and I got to try to figure things out. I got to figure out what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And say, okay, well, if anything, I'll go live at my dad's house. You know what I mean?
But see, I don't, and that this thinking might cause issues or fights in another relationship, but I already know how he is, so I let him think that way because I already know what I have to do as his wife to calm that down. Because to him words don't mean anything, it's actions. And he's a very observant person. He's always constantly watching. So it's almost like, okay, he can say that, it doesn't hurt my feelings because I already know that's how he's wired. I can't come in. What do we say? You can't change a person. You can't come into a relationship or a marriage and expect to change the person. You got to love the person and take them for who they are, with the good and the bad. And that is what I did when I married you, is I accepted you with the good and the bad in sickness and in health. And it's okay. I've learned to live for today. That's what I've learned to live. That's one thing that I got out of this past year. I appreciate my family. It has brought my family closer together.
Yeah, because I have family. I have a lot of family. A lot. She don't know them. I don't really go around them. I stay to myself. I've been on my own for a very long time. I stick to myself, you know, and so I'm mainly around her family. I see her family, you know what I mean? They come around me, I go around them, you know what I mean? So other than my father, he's the only person I'm really around. You know what I mean? My father comes over here he used to be here like every week, every other day. The guy was over here fucking here at my house. Now he's like, you know, he comes by, or he calls me or texts me and stuff like that, but he's around. You know what I mean? If I need him, he's there. You know what I mean? But,
or if I even, because he
he'll check on her. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's the one who's always around. Other than that, you know, I have no family out here in my area. And, well, I do. I have brothers and sisters in the area, but I'm not close with them. You know what I mean? They do their own thing. They live their own life. I have not seen them in a few years, before I even had cancer. You know what I mean? I haven't seen my brothers, and they live like, my sister lives like 20 minutes away. You know what I mean? Both my sisters live like 20 minutes away. My brother, I don't know where my brother lives at. You know, I have another brother, I don't know where he lives at. I think he lives in LA or some shit. But anyway, so I don't see them. You know what I mean? I see my dad. My mother is in Fresno. My other brothers in Fresno. My other sisters in Fresno. They're out there. You know what I mean? So my dad is the only one I really see. But he comes around here. He was here not too long ago. You know what I mean? Or I talk to him on the fucking phone. But if I need him, he'll come. If I call him, he answers. You know what I mean? So, but he's the only one in my family that's, as far as my side, is my father is the only one that's around, that comes around. That's locally, that comes around.
And my family always messages me and says, you know, if you guys need anything, you know, we're here. But I already know how private he is. And there may be a day that I will reach out to them and say, hey, you know, cash in on that. Hey, you remember you said if I needed anything? And I don't want them to take it like I don't want them around. It's not that. It's just right now we're okay. We're good. We don't need all that help from my family, but I know it's there. Just like if I needed my mom to come here every day while I'm at work, if he's really, really sick, she would do it. My mom would do it.
Yeah, and I don't want that. No, I love my mother-in-law, but I don't want her coming here thinking like she needs to take care of me, because I don't need her to take care of me. I take care of myself, you know what I mean? I don't.
But it's nice to know that we have that there, you know.
I have the same thing with my father. Mm-hmm. Like, I really wouldn't want my father to wipe my ass, but he'd probably do it if I needed it. I'm pretty sure he would, but I don't need him fucking doing it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be calling on nobody until I really, really fucking need something. You know what I mean?
I'll wipe your ass.
Even I wouldn't even let her do it. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. I mean, I have my mother-in-law. I mean, I know she'll be here if I need her. You know what I mean? And you know the funny thing about it is that if I needed something, if I really, not somebody to wipe my ass, but if I needed something and she's not here, the funny fucking thing is, and it's way out there to even think about it. But if I needed something and I couldn't do it on my own and she's not here, I know, and this is fucking weird, and this could be another topic later on, is that I can tell her to tell Mike, her ex, and he'll come.
Oh yeah, he will. He will.
White Mike, if I tell her like, hey man, I just can't do it, I know that he's a fucking ex-firefighter. He's seen it all. You know what I mean? If I say, hey man, I don't feel comfortable with nobody else, man, can you call Mike and tell him? And that fucking guy will show up here. You know what I mean? Probably show up here in his goddamn overalls and shit. You know what I mean? But it's kind of weird, but it's the fucking truth. Her ex would show up here if I needed him to be here. I would think the same thing with her older son. But
oh yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah. He'll even message me. Obviously, we have a child together, so we constantly talk about our kid. But he'll always, in those conversations, he will always say, "How is Mike doing? How is he doing? What's going on?" Constantly, always.
I can just picture the fucking guy. I can just picture the guy show up here and be like, hey, what's up, bud? Everything good, bud? You alright? Like, what do you need, man?
What do we need to do?
Like, okay, like, that's the kind of guy he is. So it's like, when it comes worse to worse, if I fucking was like, hey man, I can't do it, I don't want your mom come over here, I'd rather have Mike come over here. Mike would fucking show up.
Or Will.
They would show up, like, okay, because her son's
EMT,
and Mike is a ex-firefighter.
Paramedic, firefighter.
Yeah. So if I needed something, these fucking guys would show up. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that I know I have, is that I have these fucking people that will come over here if I need anything.
So we've learned a lot this past year.
Mm-hmm.
We have. I appreciate my family reaching out. If I haven't, don't take it personal if I haven't taken you up on, you know, anything. It's just, I just don't need it right now. But you guys have no idea how much just the reaching out means to me. The love that you give me, even my brother, you know, will say, it's hard to see him going through this. It was different when I didn't know him. But now that I really know him, it's hard to see him. It's hard to see the person that you love go through this. It's difficult, and there's nothing you can do. Sometimes I question my worth, you know, next to him. Am I doing enough? Am I the wife he needs me to be? I do a lot of questioning myself. Every morning I wake up, and when I'm in the car and I'm leaving, I pray that God, let me be the wife my husband needs me to be, because I don't know if I'm doing enough. But so the topic today was what we learned as a couple and individually. So I would say for me is living in the now and appreciating every little moment that I have. It's not about the parties or the events or the bike or it's about the human next to me.
For me, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, maybe less than a year ago. I mean, almost a year ago, is that me. I am the way that I am. My friends see me the way that I am. My family, my wife, like. I've never been fake. I've always been who I am. You know what I mean? And other people, the other people have like, like sometimes they continue with the religious thing and all that shit like that, and they want me to fucking go to the religious thing. They keep doing it. Like, even after I post, don't do that shit. They still do it. They'll still send me shit like, you need to do this, you need to do that. They still do it. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying too hard. You know what I mean? Like they continue to do it. And for me, it's like, I'm gonna continue on the path that I've been on. You're not gonna convince me of nothing. Stop trying to do it. I'm gonna continue on the path. And my thing has always been like, and people have said it. Like I said it before, and they say you don't have to prove nothing. But I might not have to prove nothing to you. But to me, it's like I'm not trying to. I'm trying to show people that I am what I always said I was. You know what I mean? There's other people, they'll say they're one thing, but when the shit gets rough, they turn to something different. You know what I mean? And that's not me. I'm gonna fucking continue till the very end. Whether I make it through this shit or I don't, I'm going to continue on the path that I've always said I was on. Okay? People say you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I'm going to prove to you that I am what I've always said I was. To the very end. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. For me, it's like, I think we did a video before, like how do you want people to remember you as, or
your legacy? Your legacy.
Like I said, that if this shit takes over, that I went out this way that I said I was gonna do it, and that's it. That's what pushed me forward every single day. Like, fuck that. I said this, and this is where it's going to be, and I'm going to continue going down that fucking path. And that's it. You know, I'm going to continue it to the very fucking end, no matter what. I'm going to continue down that fucking path. You know what I mean? So, I'm not trying to prove it to you. I'm trying to prove it to myself. You know what I mean? So, later on, people will say, like, if I can't make it through the bullshit, people say, well, hey, oh, you remember Big Mike? Yeah, that motherfucker went out the way he said he did. You know what I mean? He went out the way he said he was going to go out. He didn't give a fuck. He did it all the way to the very end. You know what I mean? I would like to be the only motherfucker that that's like that. That all the way to the end, you don't see me begging for nothing. You don't see me fucking sitting there sniveling and crying about it. I went all the way to the fucking end. That's it. So that's why it's making me stronger. I think as I go along, even though I'm weak, sometimes I fucking wake up and here I am again. Like I said, today, here I am again. I'm feeling like, fuck, man. I was so fucking tired yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, couldn't stay awake. Now I can't go to sleep. So that's gonna be my problem tonight. Why I can't go to sleep? Because I'm up. Like it's something changed. It's like, okay, let's fucking do it again. When I get to that point where I'm fucking tired, man, I can't do this shit no more. And then boom, I wake up. It's like, let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll start all over tomorrow. And I start again tomorrow. So that's what I've learned. You know, I've learned that. I think in the whole year, I've learned that I'm stronger than I've ever been this year. Like, cause I mean, it's a rough fucking thing to go through. You know what I mean? It's a rough. I don't tell people everything. I don't even tell her everything. I don't tell her everything I go through. I do the shit on my own. You know what I mean? Because me telling her only puts stress on her. So why the fuck would I want to do that? So I don't say nothing. I let it go. I just keep going. Because I don't want to put stress on her. I don't want to put stress on my family or my mother, my father. I'm not necessarily my friends, you know what I mean? But my mother, my father, my brother, or my wife. So I said, okay, I just deal with it. You know what I mean? So, but it's making me even more stronger than I was before. Because I dealt with all kinds of other shit. You know, being homeless and just all the things I went through. The mental, all the abuses. And now I'm dealing with this. So I've been through a lot of shit. But it just can continue. The more shit that life goes on you and you can continue to make it out of it, it's going to continue to make you stronger. Like, you kind of feel invincible. I don't think I'm going to last forever because nobody is going to last forever. I'm not going to live forever, you know what I mean? But it makes you feel like, fuck you, man. I'm still right here. That's the way I feel. Even after yesterday, I feel that way today. I woke up feeling like, oh, here I am, laying here in the fucking bed. My fucking dog's right here waiting for me to get up. I don't feel sick. I don't feel tired. I don't feel nothing. I'm ready to go. So I keep on going.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, that's the video for today. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then hit all so you get the notification from all. Helps me with the algorithm. I'm getting paid now. It's not a lot, but the more people I get to watch the videos, the more people like the videos and subscribe to the channel, the more I get paid. It's not costing you anything, so you know, if you like the videos, go ahead and recommend them to somebody else, and so they can see them. So what I'm going through maybe might help them. But anyways, other than that, thank you for watching the video. We appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you guys later.
Bye.